Hi, I'm Jamie Andreessen, a work-at-home mom passionate about helping entrepreneurs like you build a thriving laser business. Whether you're just starting out, looking to grow, or ready to scale your business, this podcast is for you. We'll dive deep into the world of lasers and other machine crafting equipment, cover topics like business strategies, mindset shifts, customer experience, and creative inspiration. I'll share my own experience navigating business with young kids, building a successful shop. Get ready to learn, grow, and have some fun. Welcome to Party with a Laser. Welcome to episode number 8 of Party with a Laser, the go-to show for laser crafters and creative entrepreneurs. I'm Jamie Andreessen, and today we're diving into one of the most important aspects of running a successful laser business, pricing your products. If you've ever wondered, am I charging enough, or how do I price my items for profit and sustainability, then this episode is for you. Grab your coffee, notebook, and let's get started. First, let's take a look at why pricing is so critical. Pricing too low can lead to burnout and unsustainable profit margins. Pricing too high, on the other hand, might limit your customer base. The goal? A price that covers your costs, pays you fairly, and keeps customers happy. I want to just share a quick story about whenever I very first started. We were selling these wooden hanger boards, and how we calculated the prices is we simply took how much board it was and the materials and like the pieces that we would put on it and doubled the cost. And we're like, okay, that's great. That's what we're going to sell it for. And we were completely underpricing ourselves at this point and selling them for way too cheap. We completely forgot to add in labor cost and all of our material costs. We were just getting the big ones. So pricing is extremely important to make sure you are actually getting paid and that you're making money and a profit on your materials. Before setting your price, first what you need to do is find out what all your costs are. Start by figuring out what it is you need to make one project. Don't forget things like paint, stain, and paintbrushes. I will be including a cost spreadsheet of everything that we are going over today if you would like to go to our show notes, and you can download it from the website Party with a Laser, episode show notes. Okay, for material cost, make sure that you are actually accounting for everything. Make sure you're accounting for the wood, acrylic, leather, or whatever you're cutting or engraving. And don't forget these really small items like paint, glue, and finishes. Here's an example of everything that I need for one of my Christmas ornaments. And that is my wood backers, and the wood I use is 25 cents. Paint stain, if you break it out into however much your paint bottle gets, for me it costs about 10 cents for the paints and stains together. The string for the ornament, I buy it in 5,000 foot yard. I think it's foot. But anyway, it's about 1 cent per string. And then the cardstock backers are 14 cents. The cellophane plastic piece that I put my ornament in is 2 cents. The bubble mealer is 20 cents from Uline. The label for the bubble mealer from Rollo Label is 4 cents. And then I do include my laser time of about 5 cents per laser per ornament in here. For the laser time, I kind of just made that one up. I don't have any set reasons I chose the 5 cents per ornament, but I've added that cost in here just to account for it. So that gives us a subtotal of 81 cents total. And then I'm going to do 10% extra for loss. So my material cost for each ornament is 89 cents. The next thing you want to factor in is labor. Your time is valuable, and whether you're working full-time or as a side hustle, your hourly rate should be factored in. What I have done to calculate my labor is I utilize, if I was to hire somebody out, how much would it cost me to pay them to run my laser? Not necessarily what I'm wanting to make per hour, but if I had to replace myself, how much would it cost? And then I figured out how much time it takes me to make a single ornament and how many of those ornaments I could make in an hour. Now, usually I batch it out and I will paint everything, stain everything, and then laser it all and do it all in batch work, and it goes much quicker. But whenever I was trying to calculate how much time it cost, I did one ornament start to finish to see how long that would take. And then I did it again a second way by batching out 100 ornaments to see how long it would take me. And it takes me about 8 hours to make 100 ornaments. So I was able to take the 100 ornaments divided by 8 hours and how much I want to get paid. I did $25 an hour. So I get a total cost of about $2 per ornament and labor. Also, quick note really here. Don't forget the labor and time it's going to take you to package your product that you're selling. If you're making a really big sign and it's going to take you an hour to package it, please, please, please don't forget that whenever you're calculating the labor for this product. We once had this really weird shape thing that we made that we were shipping, and I completely forgot to figure out how we were going to ship it when making it. So after it was all done and ready to ship, it took us several hours to figure out the proper way to brace this thing so that it didn't break during shipping. And to find a box that would work, we had to cut something up and make it all work. And I just did not include that time into my calculation whenever I did this first project. So our total cost per one ornament of materials plus labor equals $3.09. So our wholesale cost would be $6.18. And I got that by multiplying my cost, including the labor, times 2. And then the target retail, we're going to multiply times 2.2 to get $13.60. That will give us a gross margin of 50%. And our gross margin total is $309. Okay, this is how I price each of my products. But I do not include things like Etsy fees or seller fees or credit card fees on my Shopify account, or fair fees or website. That all comes out of my profit. And to calculate all of that, I use the profit first method, which we talked about in a previous episode. But this is just talking about a single product and how it is priced. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Party with a Laser as I went through how I price my products. If you're looking for more resources, head on over to partywithalaser.com where you'll find show notes, all the links from today's episode, the blog, and so much more. If this episode was helpful for you, awesome. The greatest compliment I could receive from you is a rate, review, and subscribe on the podcast. Not only will this allow us to connect again on future episodes, it lets me know that I'm providing you with value, information, and helps other people find this content more easily. I'm truly appreciative of your support. Have a great day and see you next time.
Be in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.